Hey folks, it's Carlo from Secrets of Home Theater and High Fidelity. Every year I try to make at least a couple of trips up to Toronto to visit family and do a few other fun things. And whenever I'm in town, I always try to make a point of dropping in and visiting our friends at Paradigm at their Mississauga, Ontario facility. Paradigm and its sister companies, Anthem and MartinLogan, all have well-established histories and rather loyal followings. When it comes to marketing, they tend not to be showy or overly boastful, and they're never in the habit of pushing the latest shiny new thing every year. They're serious companies, serious dependable brands that, customers know they can rely on for a consistent and quality experience. People who know, trust them. While there's always a lot of stuff going on at the Mississauga facility, on this trip, Taps and I were going to be focusing more on the MartinLogan side of things. In particular, on this visit, we'd get a chance to get a one-on-one look at how one of MartinLogan's electrostatic speakers gets manufactured pretty much from start to finish. Entering the Paradigm facility is kind of like walking into one of the magic camping tents in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Now, I don't know about you, but when someone says 225,000 square feet, it doesn't really compute in my little pea brain. My condo is less than 700 square feet, so 225? What?
It looks like a regular, plain, average-sized, nondescript manufacturing building on the outside.
And when you walk into that main little lobby they have, it again looks like 2 levels, but doesn't look like much. It's only when you walk into their manufacturing floor where you get to see the sheer cavernous space of MartinLogan.
It's like a massive 225,000 square foot whole other world.
Look at that.
They can essentially do everything here. Full electronics assembly with using surface mount pick and place machines. You have complete speaker manufacturing area with full wood shop, CNC machining, custom painting and curing facilities. They can do complete driver design and manufacturing from top to bottom right in this building. They have a full R&D facility with speaker and electronic torture testing areas, 4-pi Anechoic Chamber for testing.
When we first just walked in, and they have 2 doors on either side, and those were open, but when you first just walk in there, instantly, all the external sounds and reverberations and everything automatically disappear, and you just hear yourself and others around you for what they actually sound like, and that took a bit getting used to. And then when they do slowly close those doors, you start to hear more, and I do recommend everyone gives that a shot at some point. It's a strange experience, and I kind of want to do it again.
Is this what they would call like a 4-pi chamber or a 2-pi?
This is 4-pi.
A 4-pi chamber,
So
okay.
4-pi just means we have no baffle that we're measuring off of.
Okay.
It's open air, and we do 2-pi corrections and stuff. But some are 2-pi with a big wall in front of it. Yeah, this is 4-pi chamber.
Nice. So, okay, sorry, I'm asking all these questions, but how low in terms of frequency can accurately be measured in here?
I have to double check with Jay, but we're down below 20 hertz. So we're below human hearing, technically. So we're down to like about 15 hertz, I believe, is the size we can actually get in here.
Oh, wow.
I could double check on that for you, though.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Cool, man. Yeah, those are the nerdy facts that I don't know.
Oh, yes, yes. The things we Jones
We
out
do not
on.
have this in London.
But yeah, this is one of the coolest resources that we have access to. Like you said, it's at least at one point, it was the largest privately owned anechoic chamber in North America.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, the building was essentially built around it. It's got its own separate foundation that keeps it acoustically isolated from the rest of the facility. Because obviously with production, you've got large machinery, you've got forklifts.
Mm-hmm.
Those vibrations would inevitably throw off the measurements of what we're getting here. One of the goals for the latest Motion Series product was, let's take that house sound, that house flavor, and refine it. So we spent a lot of time up here with the products going through measurements and blind listening tests in order to really arrive at the final voicing that you heard. And one of the benefits of this is the back and forth process. Because if you judge everything out of the anechoic chamber, well, this environment is not what a customer has at home.
Right. Right.
Ultimately, it lives in a room, but it is a valuable tool on the fundamentals of the speaker and how it's performing in an ideal environment without any room impact. But of course, we know that the room will impact that sound. Being able to predict how it will impact the sound, in some ways that's super possible. In other ways, it's uncontrollable.
Right.
So it is very much a balance of real world performance versus theoretical perfection. And we wanted to arrive at our unique sound because, well, there's a reason there's so many companies out there. Like, there's a sound for everybody. So that was a very involved process. And obviously we've been in here for a few minutes. You may feel a little disoriented because it is, if we sit here long enough, you can start hearing like your heartbeat and just things that you shouldn't hear about your own body usually.
They also have a massive parts stock facility, so they can basically take care of, almost any of their products that they've designed over the past many years. On top of it all, they've just recently completed a experience center and dealer training area, so they got it all under one roof. There's an impressive amount of work here that's highly technical and very automated. For example, we saw the CNC programming and cutting of a electrostatic speaker enclosure.
So this is the SORTA. This is the multi-axis router. So not only does the cutter move, the actual table moves as well. And it's a air suction table, so the boards are held down by air and jigs, and it does all of the routing. So that sleeve is created using the SORTA. Wow. It does all the V-grooving and drills all the pilot holes, as well as cuts out all the openings for ports and terminal cups, even woofers, drivers, tweeters.
So that does it all, basically.
In one pass, yeah.
Unbelievable. That's amazing.
The actual cabinet construction and design of these things, where it's just not slabs of wood with driver holes cut in and then they glue them all together. It's the fact that you just roll up this flat piece and it builds a perfectly formed speaker.
It was almost like a kit that just sort of folded together, but those cuts were so incredibly precise and detailed that they're just able to do this. It was like almost an origami thing to watch them put that cabinet together once all those cuts were made. Then there's an equally amazing amount of skilled hand labor that's going on here as well. Specifically, when we were watching the technician who was putting together the MartinLogan electrostatic panel, the precision stretching and laying out of the mylar, and how that whole panel came together. But that's all hand done, and there's no automated mechanical substitute for that.
So like this might be one of the smaller drills for like a center channel before it gets bent.
Okay.
Because I'm not sure what these part numbers translate into, but for example, a larger piece like this is definitely for a stat panel.
Okay.
So you can see here, this is just the raw perforated steel. It hasn't gone through powder coating, and obviously it hasn't been bent to the curve of the stat panel yet.
The panel, yeah.
But that will eventually become 1/2 of the electrostatic panel.
Wow.
So
very neat.
So we have the perforated steel. Obviously, it's arranged by sizes and shapes and whatever we might need for that particular model. So depending on what we're making for the day, then we go to powder coat.
All right.
So that's this giant area behind us here. This is pretty cool.
This is powder coating.
This is powder coating, specifically just for all the MartinLogan panels. So the powder coat we use is not just decorative, it's actually a functional insulator. Because, again, the way the technology works, there's high voltage that runs through those stators. So the front panel and the back panel are charged. One side's positive, one side's negative, and they'll alternate back and forth, which reacts against the positive film in the middle, and it'll push and pull back and forth. But for reliability and safety reasons, we obviously do not want you to be able to touch the high voltage.
Right.
So there's a special insulator that we've developed that's applied as powder coat.
Gotcha.
So what you see behind you is various electrostatic panels hanging from the rods here. Will run on the conveyor through the powder coat, where the powder coat is applied and baked onto it.
Ah, okay.
So powder coat's applied and baked. Then once they're cleaned, they go on the hooks. The hooks make their way into the oven where the powder coat is applied and baked.
Ah, okay.
And then it'll go through final testing.
Very neat.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then once the powder coat's applied, it goes through the oven to bake the coating on. And there it goes.
This is not time lapse, folks. That's real speed. I was going to say.
That cleaned piece would then get hung on here. This conveyor runs through the oven.
Ah,
So you've got the entrance, and then it'll loop back around and come back out.
Oh, okay.
So you can kind of see the ones in the background have already gone through it.
Ah,
So they look a little darker.
Yeah.
And ultimately, once the powder coat is applied, now it looks like what you know is installed on a speaker.
Oh, okay. So this is a finished set of
That's a finished set.
powder coat.
One of the great things about Electrostat being a line source, it's driven uniformly across the entire surface of the panel, and we can only do that if the stator has a consistent coating. So the electrical charge needs to be nice and even. So if the powder coat has been applied unevenly, where one part is a little thicker, one part's a little thinner, that can't make it to the final product. So we have to level it out and make sure that everything's the same thickness.
Gotcha.
That's what he's going to be doing here.
All right.
Yeah. So he'll take this that came out of the oven, now it's been powder coated, and he's going to run this wand across it to test the charge, make sure it's all nice and consistent, and the thickness is what we want it to be.
Gotcha.
It started as a flat metal piece after it comes out of powder coat, and then the steel rollers are how they bend it to it's approximately a 60-degree curve.
Okay.
So then the speaker produces a 30-degree output.
So a 30 degree.
So it's
sonic.
it's a 60-degree bend on the metal, which produces a 30-degree output from the actual sound.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so she's applying the tape. You can see, the red part is the tape that bonds the panels together.
Oh, okay.
What she's putting on right now, these little thin strips, are the spars. And the spars actually keep the film of the panel from contacting the metal, and which would result in a short, which obviously we don't want.
Okay.
But it also essentially blocks that part of the panel from functioning. So it tunes the panel. So while the whole panel plays the same frequency, it's a line source, those tune out the resonances.
Gotcha.
And you'll notice the spacing between them is not symmetrical.
Yeah.
Each cell is a slightly different size. That's based off the geometry of the panel, so it helps to tune out those unwanted resonances and buzzes that would occur.
Okay. So each spar is placed for
Each
specifically
model,
calculated where it should be.
Each model speaker has a different spar placement. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And this is obviously, you're saying, pre the film being applied.
Yeah, the
right?
film has not gone on at this point.
Gotcha.
So these are the.
And these are anodized. Are the
These are the powder-coated
coated
metal,
panels,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yep. Is that the proper name? Panel? It's not grill, obviously. It's the powder coated.
Stator would be the
stator. Okay.
the powder coated stator.
Yes. All right.
So this started life as that. So yeah, this stage she's setting up the table for the ESL panel. So you can see that the table itself is essentially 3 times longer than a panel, so that we can make more than one panel at once.
Oh, okay.
So, yep.
Look at
Just kind of
that.
setting up the film for what comes next. So this is a pretty cool process here. She's going to make it look super easy. I promise you it's not as easy as she makes it look.
I don't doubt it.
I have personally made a panel that was this big, and it was never going to work.
Oh, man.
It looks like a cool little trophy, but it doesn't actually work. So now that the film's been stretched across the table,
Wow.
it's putting tension on it.
Yep. Look at that.
Right?
Go
So
right
now
in.
the film is very, very tight, so
Look
that when
at
it
that.
lays down onto the actual panel, there's no wrinkles or anything in it. But you can see that even the fan that's circulating the air here, that film's moving because it's
Yeah.
extremely lightweight, so it's very difficult to work with.
Jeez.
And you can see the transparency.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, my gosh. I'm going to try to get just a little bit closer here. Look at that. Don't touch the film. Don't
Yeah,
touch the film.
it's one of those that once it touches the tape,
That's
for the
it.
most part it's there, so you have to be really, really good at lining this stuff up.
Wow. Jeez.
And this is down to a very, very efficient method. But when we first started doing this, you'll see here we've got the hydraulic table that will lift the panel up. All that used to be done by hand and foot, just completely manually.
Yeah.
So we've got it down, but
I'll say.
it's challenging.
Jeez.
And you can kind of see behind, these are some of the different sizes of panels that
Oh,
we make.
Yeah. Look at that.
And again, notice the spacing and the cells that are created by those spars.
Yeah, that's right.
All different sizes and spacing there.
Look at that.
All right, she's prepping this panel here.
Okay.
Right. So in the previous step, all the spars were applied, and then the tape was applied that bonds the two halves of the panel together.
Okay.
Now she's peeling the backer off so that it's
okay.
now it's live, right? You don't want anything to touch this part that shouldn't.
There you go.
And before we open it, so we have a label on the number. We give the employee number whom taping good building.
Ah,
each
okay.
table. So which date we build. So they have a record.
A point of reference,
So
right.
you always know when is made and by who.
Very neat.
Okay, so now.
Oh. Yeah.
So.
Oh,
sorry.
sure.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe
sorry.
we'll get on the other side.
Yeah. There we go. Better idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we can do for this height of a panel, we can do 3 at once, right? If it was a larger panel, you may be able to do 1 or 2 at a time.
Gotcha.
The shorter panel, we can do 3.
So which model ESL is this for?
This might be ESL, the EMESL, the smallest one.
The smallest one.
Yeah.
Okay.
The smallest one, EFX.
Okay.
Behind you in here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
The
sorry,
smallest one, yes.
sorry, the EFX. Yeah. So
right.
this is actually a wall mountable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very neat.
So this is basically the back part of the panel. So now the table raises it up. So right now the film has not quite touched it. And she's going to stretch it and align it so that it's on there nice and clean with no wrinkles. And you see she's making it look super easy. If you or I tried that, it would not be perfect.
I'd be wearing it if I was trying
Yeah,
it. So
it
no,
would be
no,
bad.
No.
So then the roller is how we get that nice tight fitment.
Look at that.
And she's going to start working that film down in order to get a nice wrinkle-free and smooth and consistent application here, starting at the outer edges and working away.
Look at that.
See, that lift and roll technique looks easy. It's not.
It is not.
It's
It is
not.
Just, I've never seen anything process like this applied to like a speaker manufacturing before.
There's
This
a
is
lot into
really
it.
wild.
It's a labor of love.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool because you've got the state-of-the-art hydraulic table, but you got the old world craftsmanship of hand rolling and stretching and everything.
Very,
So
very much a lot of hand craftsmanship going on here.
yeah, absolutely. A lot of skilled labor.
That.
You can hear that tape. It just wants to hold on to anything it
Oh,
touches.
jeez, you're not kidding.
You want that nice adherence there.
Oh yeah. I don't imagine it will move it will shift at all once it is done.
Yeah, once it goes through the final step, it's bonded and done. You don't get another chance at it. At this stage, this is where you can get it ironed out perfectly. It's just fun to watch, no matter how many times you see it.
Oh, it is.
And while the manufacturing is done here in Canada, when we're developing these, we have a much smaller version of this table that we can determine how to make it. So we can design the panel the best way we know how, and then we can transfer those instructions here because we're working off of the same equipment.
Right, right. So basically, it's sort of figured out and strategized in Lawrence, and then
Exactly. So we can say, okay, the metal needs to be this size, the tension on the film needs to be this placement of the spars needs to be that.
Right.
All of that transfers 100% to here, where the ladies that know how to make these and make it look easy can do it.
these skilled artisans right here.
Now this part here, she's actually removing the conductive coating of the film.
Oh, okay.
So basically, although you can't see it, the film is a conductor.
Right.
So we have to apply a positive charge to it. So what she's doing here is applying this secret sauce to remove that conductive layer because, that part of the panel we don't want to play, which is why there's a spar there.
Gotcha. And this is applied over where the spars are, basically.
It's at the exact spot where the spar is.
Look at that.
So that once it becomes the ESL sandwich there, that part is behaving as we want it. So basically it's a true line source where all parts of the panel are playing the same frequency, but at this exact stripe, if you will, it's not playing, and that helps to prevent resonances and other unwanted noises from coming out of here.
Gotcha. Wow. That's just super cool.
It's just a lot that goes into it.
So again, another silly question: Is it which is harder, putting together a smaller panel or a bigger panel?
Ooh, that's a good question.
For us now, lots of year to training and practice. For us, same.
It's the same.
Yeah,
Yes.
So it doesn't matter which size, big or smaller.
Big size, yes.
All right,
We have
cool.
a biggest new lab.
Ah.
And build that one. This is in here.
Yeah, you see the feel of this huge.
Oh yeah.
This is
Yeah.
the one.
Oh my God.
It's the same process, just a whole heck of a lot bigger.
Build me some big panels, miss. Build me some big panels. Wow. Very
We
cool.
can do that.
Oh my gosh. This is just like, this is just phenomenal to watch this.
It's just a lot of attention to detail that goes into it.
The craftsmanship, the attention to detail, just there's an artisan chip that goes to this.
100%.
Yeah. So it's very, very cool.
And like I said, we can still service all of the panels that we've ever made. So our very first speaker came out in 1983. We still can make a replacement panel. Obviously, we use a little bit more efficient process now, but it goes through the same thing.
Wow.
We just have it down to a very efficient science now.
I'll say, holy smokes.
This is applying the actual signal cable that will eventually drive this panel to make sound. And we hand twist these wiring harnesses in-house, right? Like every little piece is us. It's
Look at that.
a labor of love again.
All right. So it's like 1, 2, and 3. Look at that.
Yep.
Jeez Louise. That's so cool.
So now this is the piece that will apply to have the front stator attached.
Ah, okay.
Right?
Gotcha.
And there's also a step where the bias strip goes on, and I'm not a little rusty on which steps that is because we have to run the electric charge through it.
Oh, okay. Wow. Nice.
Lots of little steps here.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
So basically what we're looking at now is a little over half the sandwich, right? So we've got the bottom piece of bread, we've got the meat.
Yeah.
Now we're getting ready to put the top on.
What? No cheese?
I know.
Oh, okay.
I know. Lactose intolerance.
Yeah, I
right,
got you.
right,
Got you.
But yeah, inevitably the panel itself is a simple piece. There's only one moving part, but there's a lot of attention that goes into getting it to that way.
Wow.
Thank you for letting us film, by the way.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, we appreciate it. That little piece wasn't the bias strip, right?
Yes.
Oh, it was? Okay. So that piece is actually what will provide the current to the panel.
Okay, I got you.
So the way these work is the back stator, which is the perforated metal, and the front, which is the perforated metal, those pieces alternate from positive and negative to push and pull the film back and forth.
Gotcha.
There's a constant positive charge on the film. So that piece that she just applied here is what allows the positive charge to run into the film.
Gotcha. Oh, I'm sorry.
So these little spacer rings are to float the top half of the panel above the film so that it doesn't make contact yet.
Oh, okay.
So that she can perfectly align the front and the back stators before they get bonded together.
Gotcha.
So these little spacers are just preventing it from touching.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was the hardest part for me, because if it makes contact at the wrong place, you're kind of done unless you really know how to fix it. But you can see, yeah, it's a lot of precision alignment here to make sure that everything's lined up the way it should be. And then the spacers get removed, and now we're creating. We're almost done with the sandwich here.
Wow. Look at that.
So at that point, it's pretty done.
Man.
Not much of a way to start over at this point. But I think that's one of the coolest things about this process is how high-tech some of the tools are and how low-tech some of the tools are, because they just work perfectly.
Yeah.
Right? Just a little simple plastic ring to keep it from touching.
Yeah.
And these are just little tips of the trade you pick up when you've been doing it as long as we have.
Oh.
Okay, so now the two halves are joined. We've released the tension on the panel. Obviously, since these are now sandwiched together, the film inside the panel is maintaining that tension.
Right.
But now she has to
set.
trim the excess film off.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry.
There we go. There we go.
Yep. So the remaining excess is trimmed off.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't want any stragglers there.
Yep, absolutely not. And it's neat how you were saying how each panel is basically coded for when it was made and who made it and all that
Yep,
good stuff.
that's what that little strip is at the top.
Yeah.
You would never see that usually
Right.
because it's going to be inside of the airframe of the panel.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the vacuum sealing table.
Oh, okay.
This makes the bond between the front and the back half essentially permanent.
Gotcha. Wow.
It's like a really big sous vide for ESL panels.
Yes. I like my filet
Yeah,
like sous
you
vide too.
gotta vacuum seal the panel in a bag.
Right. It's like,
So this, she said, takes about 20 minutes or so. And that bonds the two halves together permanently.
look at that. So yeah, so the air's being
Yep, you can see the air
sucked
sucking
out
out
of
there.
it right now. Look at that.
And you can see there's different sized jigs to support different models, just so that there's a brace on the back of it, so we don't inadvertently bend the panel by accident.
Right. So if I'm understanding right, are there like two different sized panels in there, or?
So the one she dropped on there was just for that one model, but you can see this one's for electromotion. So
okay.
she can do 3 of those at a time.
Okay.
Those are going to be for the larger ones.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, it's essentially a jig that's created for different size panels.
Very good.
And then you can kind of see behind there, those are the ones for other models. They just changed them out.
Oh, and that stand behind Taps over there, there's different jigs in there. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
so those are on standby depending on what they're building on a particular day.
Yeah.
And obviously, based on the size of the panel, you can do more than one. Whereas a Neolith jig, that might take up the entire panel.
Gotcha.
So we really do have to plan it to be efficient in how we produce these. So here she's making sure that wire harness was attached for the film. We also have to make sure that the front and the back stators get their current.
Gotcha.
Right, so the film always stays positive. I like to say it's a happy film. The stators will alternate from positive and negative. So she has to remove the powder coating on that part so they can apply an electric charge to the stator.
Got it.
So this is where we solder on that connection.
Nice.
You can see we've got the nice vent to make sure she's not breathing in smoke.
That's right. We don't want anyone to
Other stuff.
get the nasties from soldering.
Yep. So that wiring harness is designed to provide current to the 3 different pieces: front stator, back stator, and the film.
Okay. Polishing in there. Mind your way button.
No.
Okay.
Remember, we're doubling up.
All right.
I'm just going to take all your footage anyway.
It's a clean solder there.
Yeah. That was one of the hardest things to learn how to do in electronics class in high school, was how to solder properly.
Yeah, I'm pretty decent at it, but I'm more of the, all right, let's just cover it and melt away the excess later.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I remember, I can still hear my electronics teacher.
So I have to test the panel.
Gotcha.
Yep. So at this point, it's not installed in a speaker, but we can apply a charge to it to sweep it to make sure everything's functioning as intended.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is going to give it a sweep to cover its operating range, make sure there's no buzzes or rattles or noises that shouldn't be there.
Got it. Thing gets hooked up. There we go.
Right, so now it's hooked up to the test generator. That was a subwoofer. That's not that panel.
Oh, yeah.
That's like how much?
Yeah. So this is supporting it from the 2 sides. This is also going to put on a top strut here, which secures the top.
Okay.
And then there's a bottom strut that secures the bottom, which is also where the wire is concealed that runs into the cabinet, so you don't have any science project looking stuff here.
So this is the bottom that he's attached.
That's
right
the
now.
bottom of the panel, yeah. So the woofer cabinet would be in this space here, ultimately when it gets bolted up.
Huh. Is he signing off on it?
You gotta. You gotta. Even when it's for show, this is actually a real speaker that will go to somebody. The electronics package, like the crossover for the woofer, the electronics that drive the panel, all of that's already been installed. The woofer's been installed. So this is the functional bottom end of the speaker.
Wow.
And you can kind of see here, this is the bottom portion of where the panel.
Okay. It sort of slots into.
Yeah. So that panel that he just made, now that gets attached to the woofer cabinet.
All right. You may do the honors, sir.
And there you go.
All right.
Almost ready for a woofer grill and final inspection here.
Look at that.
Yeah. Now it looks like a speaker. Well, there's this roller. So just drop the speaker on it.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And it's going to roll inside this chamber there, and they're going to put it through a final QC sweep just to verify functionality and that it's measuring to our standard.
Very neat.
But what he's going to do here is pull up the graph for the correct model, and then it gets sweeped so that we can make sure that it measures to standard. Shouldn't be too loud or anything. But that's why having serialized pairs is unnecessary, because they all go through the same process. They all measure within the same tolerance. So you could take any speaker from any batch, match it with another one, and they're going to sound the same.
It should be identical. Nice.
Yep. It's really only necessary when you've got like custom wood finishes where you just want the grain to match and things like that.
Yeah.
From an acoustic perspective, it's unnecessary for the processes we follow here. So scanning in the serial number, which verifies that you're...
Wow.
I believe that is a polarity check.
Checking each one of the sections between those
Between the spars.
spars, right?
Actually, I haven't seen this part. Yeah, that's cool.
Very neat.
Actually, the packaging is one of the more ingenious pieces because they are, as you see, a very unique shape. So the packaging is cleverly designed to be as easy to unbox as possible.
Yeah, I'll say.
Given its odd shape, because like a traditional box speaker, you can almost grab it from anywhere. Obviously, not the driver,
Right.
But you can kind of grab it and move it around. These, to get them out of the package, you would not want to just lift it.
Lift it on from that, the frame. Yeah, that would not be good.
Because that's most speakers. You open it and you dump it over, right? You flip it over, then lift the lid off. You can't dump this over. It's too fragile. You've got the panel. You couldn't put, the speaker can't rest on that.
Well, there's definitely some serious thought that needs to go into packaging these things to make sure they survive shipment, unboxing, and
yeah, definitely,
and all that stuff.
So there's a bottom piece of foam, and all this stuff we cut in-house, designed for each model. So the speaker's resting in this bottom piece of foam, and then you've got this piece of foam which the panel runs through. So that provides a barrier between the outer box so nothing damages the panel.
Right.
And then you have a cardboard brace here with another piece on the top. So everything's nice and safe. And this is ultimately where like your accessory box would go.
Oh, yeah,
with the
yeah,
power cords and everything like that.
Right in there.
And then this is going to go inside of a cardboard carton, which you can see here that we wrap at the end.
Oh.
So you would open the front of the box and just kind of pull the whole thing out, just slide it out.
There you go. Nice.
Yep. That's
Very
why we do
cool.
recommend keeping your boxes, because especially if you need to move them around, it's the best way to do it is the original packaging.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yep.
Very cool.
So there's that. That's that speaker that he sweeps through the final QC, give it a last wipe down, make sure there's no fingerprints and whatnot. Obviously, the woofer grill. Can't forget that because it would look odd.
Something's missing without
Something's missing. And then the little hang tag there, that's got the initials of the builder and, and some identifying info.
Yeah.
Kind of a cool little touch. Like, here's who made your speaker.
That's nice. That, and that actually means a bit for sure.
With initials instead of QC Inspector 7 or whatever.
Oh yeah,
it's
totally.
Got some personality to it.
Totally.
So yeah, just like on the larger model here, that's the bottom piece of foam. That nest right in there.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put the protective coverings over it. So there's you can kind of see under here, there's a very, very thin foam, very soft foam.
Oh, yeah.
And then the plastic bag to help protect against moisture and everything like that during when it's in transit or warehoused.
Right. Yep. Excess humidity and that sort of stuff.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very neat.
It seems so simple.
Right. But it ain't. Look at that. That is somebody's new speaker right there.
And the finishing touch here, this is that top strut cover that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And this will just make it look all nice and uniform here. Not every model has that, but this being the smallest one, that's the last step.
Very nice.
I've always wondered when you buy audio products, how do you make sure there's no fingerprints on it? It's just a simple solution and they all get wiped down.
I'll get wiped down at packing. Very cool. Look at that.
That's it.
Yeah, nice. Nice. Oh, and here comes the
little MartinLogan bag.
All right.
And actually, I've seen people use these when they're not playing.
Oh, it's like his dust cover.
Yeah,
or
just
whatever.
a dust cover. Yeah.
No, that's neat. Yeah, it's perfect actually.
I have some I had made out of like quilted cloth because my mischievous cats, some of them will climb it and it keeps the speaker. I'd rather them climb the cover than the speaker.
There you go. Yep. Look at that.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's
Yeah. So here we go. He's gonna get the bag for it.
all right. Sure.
That'll act as the moisture barrier. I have not seen people use those as speaker covers.
No. No. Look at that. That's what it's for, right there. Look at that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sure. You bet.
Yeah, there's so much to going into these from like just a packaging alone.
Yeah. That's a whole other discipline, is like designing the packaging.
Yeah,
That sort of stuff.
Because these will go through a drop test where literally they get dropped from predetermined heights to make sure the product survives. So until you figure that out, you do have some speaker damage.
I'll bet.
But as kind of like small and minimal as the packaging looks, that keeps it really safe.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it.
That's all strategically done with the minimal amount of packaging with the most amount of protection. Because you don't want them to be super annoying to unbox either.
Oh no. Yeah, okay.
And then it just slides in here.
Very nice.
We put our serial number on it, so that way we know what voltage it's for, what finish it is, what model it is, all the other identifying info. And then it's ready to get wrapped up here, the straps, to keep the box all together.
Right.
And it'll be ready to go.
Very nice. There it is. Pretty neat. Cool stuff.
Yeah. And all the... Well, to some people it's cool.
Yeah.
But just lay it down. So he's closed up the back end, so obviously the speaker's not touching the rollers here. And then it'll just spin, and now it's ready to get wrapped up.
Nice. Hey, there he is. Very much.
And this machine straps it all together.
Look at that. Oh. Look at that.
And now it's ready to go on a pallet.
Very nice.
So when you'd unbox it, this is a different model here, but same packaging design. You either pull the straps off so you can reuse them later, or just cut them and you're ready to open it up.
Yeah, very nice.
Very secure. And
Thank you very much.
Ready to go.
Awesome.
Thank you.
It seems the folks at Paradigm and the MartinLogan always have something cooking whenever I pay them a visit. And that's always part of the fun of dropping in and, saying hi. There's a plan of what you're going to see and what you're going to talk about and stuff, but there's always the occasional surprise that you run into when you're there, that they'll let you have a peek at. And this time, like others, the folks there let us have a look behind the curtain at a few things that are under development. We can't obviously talk about that stuff, we're sworn to secrecy and everything, so you'll have to wait. But let's just say that there's going to be some pretty impressive products coming down the pike from each one of these brands in the next couple of years. It's definitely going to be worth keeping an eye out on what our friends north of the 49th parallel are going to be bringing to the table in the next little bit.
Hopefully they have us back one day to check out more things getting made. And thank you to the folks at MartinLogan for having us down. That was kind of awesome. Cheers.